Today's question of the day: apples or oranges? Pretty old question. Both are incredibly delicious. Which one do you like better? As for me, I'm an apple guy. Yum. Hello mortals, TheKillerNacho again, and today I'm having a battle with Debora using a bunch of Pokemon I never use, and this team I just randomly happened to throw together has a fatal flaw, which I'll explain later in the battle. Anyway, I lead with Sedinja. He leads with probably a Choice Scarfed Staraptor, and he just tried a U-turn, leading me to believe it is Choice Scarfed. And he hits my Suicune, and Suicune doesn't take a whole lot from that U-turn, and he's thinking about what he wants to send in, and he sends in a Blissey. Now I'm looking at my team, guess what? I don't have a single physical sweeper. Not a single one. So I go into Sedinja, predicting, I don't even know, something that was not a toxic, and my Sedinja dies. And that blows. So I go into Torterra, who is, yes, physical, but it's also just a wall that I wanted to set up Stealth Rocks and some Leech Seeds. I mean, it's not really a pure attacker Torterra. And as you can see, he used the counter when I Stealth Rocked, so that tells me it's a counter Bliss. So I guess it's not that bad. But now I have to figure out how to kill a Blissey using 4 special sweepers. And that's not going to be easy. So I go to Mismagius, and he goes into a Starmie. And I kind of predict the switch here, so I'm going to go with a sub, but he doesn't switch. Instead, he just surfs. And that's kind of annoying, but I did see that I was faster, so I'm just going to try to Shadow Ball, because I know Starmie is weak to that. So I do Shadow Ball. That does a lot of damage to Starmie, but it doesn't quite KO, and that makes me kind of sad, because he's going to surf, and that's going to do a nice chunk out of Mismagius. Now, I'm predicting a switch here again, and I try to sub again, and he surfs, so that sucks, because I just cost myself 25% of my HP. But if he would have switched, that would have been epic. And I'm just going to finish it off now with Shadow Ball, because this is getting really annoying, and I killed the Starmie, and that's nice. I'm kind of half predicting, yeah, he goes into Scizor here. And that sucks, and just because pursuit's sake, I'm just going to sub, see what he does, and he does try to pursuit me, and that's kind of gay. And I'm just going to go for the Hidden Power Fighting, predicting that he'd just stay in and kill me, but he spares Mismagius' life, and that makes me happy, because he goes into Blissey. But now that I can't set up a substitute, I can't set up on this Blissey, because I was thinking, okay, counter Bliss, I can set up a sub and just set up with Mismagius with Calm Minds and stuff, but I don't have enough HP to sub anymore, and that blows. So I go into Torterra, I guess predicting a Toxic or something, but he just Thunderbolts, and that happens to not hurt Torterra anyway. And I'm just going to try to set up the Leech Seed on whatever, he switches in, and he, quite wisely switches in a Scizor, who is now undoubtedly Choice Banded. And obviously the U-turn is coming, because that's super effective, and it gets rid of this Leech Seed, and I realize I don't have anything to resist it, so I just go into Suicune, who probably has the best defense on my team, and things aren't looking too hot right now. But it doesn't do a whole lot to Suicune, I guess, relatively. I mean, it would have just pawned anything else I had. But, he goes back into Bliss, and Bliss is homosexual, and that's all that needs to be said about it. And I decide to go into Torterra because he can't poison me, and he goes out into Kingdra, and that's rather strange. I was kind of expecting, like, when he was switching, I was like, oh crap, he's going to predict my switch into Torterra and go into Scizor, but he goes into a Kingdra, and that's okay. I try to Leech Seed, but he sets up a sub, and that's not good. And I'm just going to try to EQ to break the sub as he Dragon Dances, and that's not good. Now, I do predict he's going to attack me here, so I decided to go for the Wood Hammer, hoping to get the Overgrow boost. And it actually works to perfection, my little plan, because he tries to go for the Outrage, he doesn't quite kill me, and I KO with Wood Hammer after the Overgrow special ability, and that's pretty awesome. And Torterra is going to go down to the Poison, but it was required casualty to take out that Kingdra. Anyway, I think I'm just going to go out into... I'm thinking about it for a long time, and eventually I decided to just go out into Alakazam, because Alakazam has a lot of special attack. And he goes into an annoying Staraptor who I know is Choice Scarfed and is going to U-turn, so I have to switch out on a Suicune, unfortunately. And he does get the U-turn off, doesn't do a whole lot again, and he's going to go out now into something that can hurt my Suicune, and that is, of course, his annoying, homosexual, incredibly gay Blissey. Anyway, I know the Toxic is coming, and, well, Alakazam does have Synchronize, so I decide to abuse that fact, and I'm going to get the Toxic on both of us, and that's kind of cool. And, you know what, I'm going to go for the Trick here, because I figure no matter what he switches into, doesn't really want your Choice Specs, so I give him the Choice Specs, and he goes Soft-Boiled, so that's pretty cool that I locked him on that. And, I'm going to switch out here, knowing that he's locked in a Soft-Boiled, and I'm just going to go into Suicune, hoping that I can set up with Calm Mind, but no, he switches into a Scizor, and obviously this thing is just going to run away as I get a Calm Mind up, and that's kind of sad. So, yeah, it just U-turns as I Calm Mind. I just wanted to check if I was faster. I'm pretty sure I wasn't. That was the delay. Because I would love to kill that Scizor right there, but it doesn't happen because he goes into a Blissey again. Yay, Blissey is gay. But he doesn't have leftovers anymore. That's reason to celebrate, and he has a Choice Specs. So I'm kind of half expecting him to use Thunderbolt, but instead he tries to Toxic me. I guess I could have switched out here in Alakazam or something, but it really wasn't worth it. I just really want to get a whole bunch of damage, the most damage as possible on this Blissey, before it can, so I can actually kill it with special sweepers, because that's pretty much what I have to do at this point. So, he's going to switch out into Arcanine, I guess sacrificing it, knowing I guess I'd Surf. So he sacrifices Arcanine, and that's, I guess, whatever. And pretty much he sacrifices it so he could go back into... actually, he chooses to go back into Blissey here. Now, I'm thinking, when he goes back into Blissey, that he's either going to do one of two things. He's either going to try to go for a Thunderbolt, or he's going to try to Soft-Boiled and get some health back. And I decide to gamble and go out in Mismagius, hoping he goes for the Soft-Boiled, just so I can set up with Mismagius. But he does go for the Thunderbolt, and that's life. I lose Mismagius. Nothing I could really do about it. So I go on to Alakazam, and I have the Focus Blast, and I miss the first one, and that sucks. And even after the Choice Specs, Thunderbolt really isn't doing anything, and that's pretty cool. Stupid Blissey and his Choice Specs and still not doing a lot. Haha, you're homosexual. So I use Focus Blast, doesn't quite KO, that's kind of sad, and he doesn't quite KO either. And I'm just going to finish him off with Psychic, and I'm going to die to the poison the turn after. But at least I took down a Blissey using 4 special sweepers. Ha ha! They say it couldn't be done, but I did it. Yeah. So he goes into a Staraptor, I go into a Suicune, and I'm just really happy with myself that I killed the homosexual Blissey, and I'm still happy with myself. I'm happy with myself in real life. Yes, doing a little dance. But anyway, he doesn't quite kill me with Great Bird, and I do kill it with Surf. And I know all he has left is the Scizor, and I have a Choice Scarf, Porygon-Z for last, and I don't think he can KO me in one hit with a Bullet Punch. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to survive, and I'm just going to go for the T-Bolt to finish the game off. He Bullet Punches, I survive barely like I said, I T-Bolt, I kill it. Great game. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I kill you.